Hey, what's up? I'm Ron, and as always, we got a big boy Ash here. Ash is a 1.5-year-old male Kangal, and in this video, we're going to talk about something that's a bit more of a controversial subject, but I think it needs to be brought up because it happens. Happens to any dog owner. It's not just Kangal specific, but we're going to talk about what happens when your dog gets into a fight. How do you stop the fight? What do you look for? And ultimately, just talk about what happens when they get into a little bit of a fight. So let's get going. Okay, right off the bat, we're going to take a second to just say one thing. Ash, you're super cute. But all jokes aside, this video is not about advocating dogfighting in any way, shape, or form. I never would do that at all. What this is going to be about is to help give you some information of what to look for if a dog is about to fight, what to do specifically if your dog is in a fight, getting in a fight, actively fighting, and basically talk about Kangals and just like what they do when they do fight and the reasoning behind it. And we're going to talk about just basically this. So let's get started with story number one. So I take Ash quite a bit to different places, one of them being a local dog park where he's got all kinds of little buddies. He's played with every dog there. He's well known, everyone loves him, and it's all good. So this one particular day is maybe about 3 weeks ago. Just to give you reference, Ash is now like 1.5 years or a touch over 1.5 years, male, unfixed. So if there is unneutered males around him, he's going to have problems. That's just going to happen at this point in age. Okay, back to the story. Where it is, if you want to just picture this, this dog park, it's not overly large, but it's kind of like a fairly significant size fenced-in area, divided into 3 sections. One being the main one. The middle one is larger, which is not as used, and there's a small, narrow one on the side, which a lot of people bring small dogs or just for whatever reason they go there. So we were going there, and I noticed that there was a young couple that had 2 dogs in this small, little, narrow one. So they had like a small little mixed dog and what appeared to be kind of like a half pit bull, half Rottweiler mix. Now, I don't know exactly what it was, but it definitely looked like it was part pit bull. So I see that they're there, so we're going to go into the middle thing. So I want to keep them separate until I can see how they react to each other between the fences, because the pit bull one is a male. So I get him into the first spot where I'm going to take him off the leash, and then I see that there's an opening in the fence that divides the 2 sections, so the dog was able to run in, the pit bull dog, to where we were about to go in. And then the lady said, "Oh, sorry." And she goes, "Well, can they play with each other?" And I was like, "Well, I do want to go in here, so it's like, they seem okay. I mean, it's up to you." So I was watching specifically if he's growling, are they staring eye to eye contact? That's trouble. So I'm looking for these signs before I even make a move. It's all fine. I decide to go in. They smell each other. It's all good. Nothing happens. He runs off. He's marking his territory, doing his rounds around the perimeter of the fencing and that, and the other dogs are doing whatever. So about 5 minutes goes by. They're about to leave. The couple's about to leave. Their 2 dogs. They're getting their dogs not leashed yet, but they're getting them towards the exit, the fence thing. And the young guy, the boyfriend, picks up a ball that he found off the ground, and he says to Ash, hey buddy, you want to get the ball? And he throws the ball for Ash. And Ash goes for it. He picks it up in his mouth. He's happy, but this triggers their pit bull dog. So their pit bull comes running while not Ash is like kind of looking away, and it comes, runs, and jumps and bites him on the side of the face. So here's what I've learned. You don't do this to a Kangal. He exploded. I mean, he just completely freaked, and a rage like I've never seen before. So he just ignited, and he's just rushing the dog, and he's just clearly overpowering it. So the first thing I always do if something were to happen is I grab him by the back of the legs and I pull him backwards off the dog. That's the first thing I highly recommend doing if your dog does get into a fight. By the back of the legs, you like scoop him around, like you hook him, and you pull him backwards. This way you get him away from the situation. So I did that. The couple was just standing there, like blank face, just staring at me, not doing nothing, not saying nothing, and their dog keeps going at it. Keep going at Ash. So I'm holding Ash, their dog's getting him, and he's still kind of trying to defend himself. So, you guys can say whatever you want about the decision I made here. I I don't really care. If you're in a situation, you can figure it out for yourself, but I'm not going to let him just take a beating and just do nothing about it. So their owner's not doing nothing. Their dogs keep fighting. I'm going to say, screw it. You know what, Ash? Protect yourself. You deserve it. You deserve to protect yourself. So I let him go. And he just exploded with rage on this dog. And the dog knew it was in a bad position. So it reared up on its hind legs. And then Ash reared up on his hind legs. And he slammed it to the ground. And somehow he got it in a position where now it's on its back. He's on top of it. And I'm behind him, just facing his back. So I can't like see his face or anything. But I'm telling you, what it looked like was, if you've seen a werewolf movie where a werewolf is just violently just ripping apart at a prey, it looked like that. It was crazy, just so savage. And so I got to a position where I could see what was happening better, and I could see he's kind of working his way up to the dog's neck. So I know that's done, it's trouble. Again, I grab him at the back of the legs, I pull him back off the dog because he's done his thing. He won the fight. There's no need to go any further. So now I got control of him. I'm holding him, and then I grab him by the collar. So at this point, they're still watching, not saying nothing. They're just standing around, just observing it happen. And this is where, if you're planning to get a dog like this, or any big dog, or any dog, doesn't even matter, any dog can do this. Doesn't matter what breed it is. Any dog is capable of this. Not just the winning part, but the attacking part. So don't do nothing. You got to do something. You have to do something. I mean, but the advice I'm trying to give is what I personally do, and it works every time. So I got control of him, and I'm holding him by the collar, and he's just standing there growling at the dog. And the dog's done. He's not coming near him. So they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I just said, what? There's nothing you could do at this point. They kind of did it. And then they got their dogs hooked up, and they're going to leave the thing. But this is where it's kind of interesting. Ash cut them off at the fence. He's standing right at the gate to leave. And if you guys have seen videos of Kangal males like scraping the ground like for territory, that's what he's doing while like staring at the dog he just fought. He's scraping the ground, looking at it, and then he stares at it, and he comes, walks beside me, or stands beside me, and then he lets him leave. So what I'm just gonna say about that is that he didn't provoke a fight. They don't provoke fights, and I'm telling you, they don't provoke fights. There's lots of videos that all you see is them doing their thing, because yeah, they can do that thing, and it's crazy. They're powerful, but I mean, these dogs are just so in control of like a lot of the situations. So that's number one. Number two, the second story I can share with you is something that actually happened shortly after that, to be honest. I mean, it was kind of a short span of things, but it was a busy week for Ash. So we're at the same dog park. It was not many people there, just a couple regulars, and they all had small dogs. And if I could find the video, I'll post it over this of the exact dogs. But this was a lady that had two like Yorkshire Terriers, like the Toto dogs from Wizard of Oz. Anyways, they're all sweet and everything like that, and she loves Ash because Ash is super gentle. He tiptoes around them, and like all these little dogs they don't know it. These people don't know it, but they're under his protection. He protects them. And there's another story I could tell about what happened where he definitely stepped up to protect, but I'm not going to deter from that. Anyways, so they're all playing and having a good time and just lounging around. And then the lady's kind of starting to leave. At the same time, this large, I guess they call it like king shepherds. The ones that are longer haired German shepherds. I don't know. If you guys know the name of them, comment in the comment section below what they're called. King shepherds, I'm guessing. But it's like one of the bigger ones. And so it's coming in, and I heard it growl at her dogs because she's kind of trying to leave. And it's growling at her and growling at her dogs. And so again... It's not the same young couple, but it was another young couple. And this is where I'm going to try and make the point again. They bring the dog in. It's off its leash. She's trying to get out, and it attacks her dogs. It lunges at her dogs, and she's like, hey, fuck off, and kicks the dog, kicks the dog away. And she tells the kids, the owners, to get control of her dog, and they don't do anything. So she gets her dogs out of there, and she's walking away to her car or wherever she's going. But Ash sees this, and he's friends with these dogs, these little guys, and he's actually seen this king shepherd before, and they haven't had any problems. But he saw this and he went rushing to this dog and like intercepted it. So now he's between the dog and the fence to get out. I guess he's thinking this is where he needs to guard. So he's posturing up big time on this dog, and this dog's kind of looking at him. It's bad news. If you dogs look at each other in the eyes and make eye contact, that's trouble. That's asking for trouble. So it's an unfixed male. It's the perfect storm for disaster. But this just so happens now Ash is protecting his tribe, his pack. So he postured on this dog. This dog was kind of posturing at him. I couldn't quite tell like all the quick nuances of like the eyes and stuff like that, but something triggered where this dog lunged at Ash again. It bit him on the top of his head. Now he's got like a scar on the top of his head where this happened. But needless to say, it bit him on the top of his head. And again, he just, sorry, part of my words, but he fucking exploded on this dog. And this dog wasn't small, but it wasn't as big as a Kangal. And he just fucking wrecked this dog. And don't get the wrong idea. Let me explain. Again, immediately overpowered the dog. He did something where I don't even know how he did it. It happened so fast. But again, he was grabbing this dog, but I just remember seeing him grabbing the dog by the back of the shoulder, like where the shoulder blades are, and he's just swinging it around. It was insane, so powerful. It wasn't its neck, but like the back of the shoulder. He was just literally swinging it around. And this dog, I'm just gonna guess like 100 pounds at this point. I don't know. It was a larger German Shepherd. So he's swinging it around, and somehow he managed to flip it on its back. So he's figured out how to do this. And again, he's going for like inching his way to the neck. So I'm there. I'm already there. I already know something's going to happen right when they started posturing. So I'm there. That happens. I grab him, pull him off by the back of the legs. Again, you pull them off by the back of the legs backwards. Get him away from the dog. This time, it just so happened that the German Shepherd did nothing. It didn't want nothing of him after that. He completely just shut that dog down fast. I got him off the dog, and you know what? It was really weird. It's the same kind of thing. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And they took their dog out of there because now their dog attacked two dogs. So the point I'm trying to make is that, first of all, these dogs don't provoke fights. If they were on their territory doing work, I mean, from here at my house, yeah, he would challenge someone that came here because that's his job. We want him to be protective. I got 3 small kids. If you've seen my videos before, someone even came and kicked the shit out of Ash. So like, I don't have a problem with him guarding. He's not off leash at any time, like off the tether. So he's not free roam. We don't have fencing, unfortunately. So, but yeah, we want him to be defensive. And that's a good thing. You don't get a large guardian dog if you don't want it to, if you want it to just be like a sit around, do nothing dog. So the point I'm trying to say is that, again, they don't provoke stuff. It's not necessary. If he was in a brand new area and there was completely unfamiliar dogs, look, see, he's alert to everything. But if he's in a new area and he has no idea, what's this? Anyways, super alert, just like I was saying. If he's in a new area, new dogs, everything like that, he's going to be more on guard for sure. I mean, he's unfamiliar, and he's got to be defensive and kind of offensive in the same way. So I always, now that he's this particular age, I'm just watching him and I'm watching the body language. And I stress learning dog body language. I mean, to summarize it up, they don't provoke fights. They're ready to defend. And if a dog triggers them, it's very fast. They take care of business very quickly, instinctually. I mean, he never learned to go for this neck thing. This is what they do. And you got to be ready to grab him from the back of the legs, hook him, and pull him backwards. Get control of the collar. Boom. You got control of the situation for the best that you can do on your end. It's a two-way thing here. You got to have the other people willing to do the same. What do you do if they keep attacking? Well, out of one of those two situations, that's what happened. The dog kept attacking. So, I let him defend himself. He has every right to do that for himself. and it was to a degree where he got the dog in a position where he clearly won the engagement, and I was right there to pull him off again. And thankfully, it didn't want to do it again. So it's about being responsible with any dog. A Chihuahua left to roam the streets of Mexico and fend for itself will be violent. It'll be vicious. It has to be. And that's what any dog has the capability of. Doesn't matter if they're Kangal. People have too much expectations that their dogs are going to act like people and have people behaviors. And you expect your dog to act one way, but you're forgetting that they're dogs. They're like any other social mammal. There's rules of engagement, just like people. If you got pushed around by some guy, are you going to take it, or are you going to be the type of person to stand up for yourself? If you see someone getting picked on that's your friend, are you going to stand up, or are you going to let it happen? It's the same social construct, except they're on a more like primitive level, like instinctual level. So with Kangals, they're phenomenal. They're so nice dogs. If you're going to watch a video of them fighting wolves, they are built strong and tough because they have to fight animals that are just as strong or stronger and that can kill them, that want to kill them every day. So Kangal in Turkey, you guys, great dogs by the way, is going to behave differently than a Kangal here, like Ash. He doesn't have that pressure on him, and if he did, maybe he'd be just as strong. And maybe he would do a lot of things that people would think is crazy, but if you're talking about animals fighting in the wild, and even if you were in the wild and you have to survive, it's a different mindset, a different way of life that you got to understand. Don't have human expectations on your dog of how they should behave. Train them, be ready to take action if you have to, and that's what you got to do as a dog owner for any breed. Doesn't matter what the breed is. So that's my little rant about dog fighting. Number one tip, pay a close attention to body language. Pay close attention. If you see for a moment eye contact, don't be far away. Move closer. Any videos I've done where I'm far away in the past, it's because I know he's in a relaxed state, and I always watch the dogs coming in and out. I'm always very, very observant of what dogs are coming in and out of the situation, no matter if he's off leash or not. So I'm always super close. I'm always ready to grab him from behind and pull back. Grab by the legs and pull backwards. And you can use this on any dog. It doesn't have to be your dog. If you see a dog fight happening, don't put your hands in between them. Don't risk getting hurt. Do the right thing. Grab them, get them out of the situation. If the situation is still continuing on the opposite side, you know, from the other dog and the other dog owners, it's up to you to decide what you feel is right. Letting someone get hurt is not right, even if it's an animal. I mean, he's my family. Ash is our family, so there's no way I'm letting Ash get hurt. Even not to say that he can't help him, like defend himself. He's pretty good at it. But that's that. You guys can interpret it any way you like. It's up to you at this point. I'm just a guy with a camera filming my dog, putting it on YouTube, and hopefully what I experience and what I learn, I try my best to articulate it in a way that you can use it or debate it and critique it. I mean, it's for you guys to leave in the comment section. But if you do happen to like the video, by all means hit that like and subscribe button, because it always helps to have more of the community who love these dogs, who want to even learn more about these dogs, take part in these conversations, and you know, we're just scratching the surface of what we could learn together. So all you guys from Turkey, hey, give me your thoughts on this too, because you guys come from a different perspective, and I highly respect what you guys do there. And you know, it's a lot to admire, because these dogs are just so incredible. I mean, I can't say it enough how awesome these dogs are, just in every possible category you can think of: intelligence and sociability and just athleticism and strength and power and courage and their willingness to defend and their ability to judge a situation and interact with kids and small dogs. I mean, the list goes on and on. And if you're not sold, you should be thinking about getting one. Or if you are sold. Anyways, that's that, guys. I really appreciate everything. Your likes, comments, your support. And hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care.